Hi, I'm Dr. Dawn with another video about wellness wisdom. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about what happens as we enter our 40s and 50s. I just keep hearing all different symptoms. I feel like it's getting worse. I used to think that when I was in my 50s, life would get a little bit easier and I would, have less stress, and I don't know what I was thinking, because that is definitely not the case. In fact, I feel like when I started to go through menopause I was probably maybe 49, almost 50, and that was in the high stress time. My kids were still teenagers. I was trying to work a very busy practice. I was working many hours and trying to take care of my health, trying to exercise, probably not getting enough sleep. And I think that many of you can relate to this. So whether you're in your 40s or 50s, or even 60s, and your stress levels are really high, I don't know if you know this, but I have done a couple videos on stress, and stress is one of the reasons that women have weight gain as they start to go through peri or menopause. And weight gain seems to be an issue that women are messaging me about, my patients are talking about, and it's the stubborn middle weight gain that women are complaining about. And I talked about this in a couple other videos of the 4 different reasons, and hormone imbalance is definitely one of them, and stress can be a precursor to this hormonal imbalance. I became a VIP member of the Faster Way to Fat Loss almost 4 years ago. And during that time, I learned a lot about macronutrients, which are proteins, carbs, fats, and fiber. And when I first started following it, I was pretty diligent in keeping track, but I think, I wasn't really totally understanding the importance of these nutrients in my hormonal balance, which I really do understand now, especially protein. I went through many stages of veganism, and again, I'm not saying anything against being a vegan. I think it really has to do with your own body chemistry. So you have to find what works best for you. And it's not always easy to do on your own. So a year later, actually, fast forward a few years later, last September, I decided to become a coach for the Faster Way to Fat Loss because I really believe in it and I believe in their principles. And the main principles, as you can see, I'm standing next to my poster, which I am in my office. Number 1 is counting your macronutrients, because you have to fuel your body. And as we get older, I don't know about you, but I was I was eating more some days, less some days, more carbs. I really didn't know. I was always trying to eat whole foods and healthy. That has been a basic principle for almost my entire life. But I still was not getting the results that I really wanted. So when I really started to dial it in and figure out the exact percentages of how much protein I should have been eating, how much carbs, making sure I was eating enough fiber, because most people are not eating enough protein or fiber, or sometimes even enough food. And unless you're actually tracking, it's very difficult to determine this. And as far as exercise, I think that sometimes women, they either are over exercising or they just don't know what kind of exercise to do. And resistance training is another reason that women gain weight, because they're not doing it, or they're not doing it properly. They're not gaining the muscle that they need to gain. Muscle is very metabolically active, and it really helps us with strength, pain, inflammation as we age. I see it every day in my practice. So those 2 things alone are very helpful. And then intermittent fasting is something that is a term that a lot of people do hear. And sometimes you just need a little bit of guidance as to how many hours you should be intermittent fasting. What does your body feel like? What is your blood sugar doing? Because insulin resistance is real. And as we get older, if we're not eating the proper nutrition and really fueling our bodies the way that it needs to be fueled, our blood sugar can be all over the place. And if we are becoming insulin resistant, that in turn can cause weight gain in addition to inflammation. Now, there is another principle that I really do feel is very helpful, and I think coaching it can really be very helpful for each person, and that is carbohydrate cycling. People are very carbohydrate phobic, and you do not need to be. You just need to figure out the right carbs. I have please follow me on Instagram. In addition to my YouTube video, it's Dr. Dawn Strickland. And I post lots of different ideas for really healthy carbs. And we have to fuel our body, we have to fuel our brain. So we do need good carbohydrates. So please don't mistake that. But you also can be out of balance as well. So I love the Faster Way because they strategically pair carbohydrate cycling with different workouts. And again, paying attention to your own unique body chemistry, your own unique, even your schedule, because my schedule is very, very busy. My job is extremely physical, so I really do have to pay attention to what I'm eating and when. So as a coach, I can help you with that as well. I hope this video was helpful. I feel that the Lord has really blessed me at age 55, feeling better than I did in my 40s, having more energy. So I just feel like I am supposed to be sharing this message. I'm supposed to be helping women to enter this new stage of life in the most positive way that you can, and helping you to figure out and navigate through these hormonal issues. And just remember that food can be your medicine, and there may be other things that you need as well, but we need to start with the basics. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and please subscribe to my channel. I will talk to you soon.